Hello, everyone. My name is Raymond Neff. I'm a sales engineer with ESET North America, and today I'm just going to go over a few examples of server tasks that you can run in your Protect console to clean up your environment. So as you can see on my screen, there's a lot of information. You see a lot of functionality problems. You may see a lot of outdated applications if you look in the console. A lot of red in your environment, but this doesn't account for decommissioned devices. So the first thing I look for when I'm in a customer's environment is I want to see in the status overview when the last time the computer's connected. Okay, you could have some that's never connected, but I usually focus on the ones greater than 7 days. You can click into the detailed information on these, and it's going to give you all those computers that aren't checking in anymore. And within here, you can see when they last connected into the environment. You can see these have been quite a while ago. Usually these are decommissioned computers. They're using up seats in your environment on your license is one thing. The other thing is just giving you misguided information in the console, because as you can see, a lot of these have issues that are reporting, but they're no longer checking in and they may not be valid devices. So to get a better picture of what's going in the environment, we want to get them cleaned up. So the easiest way to clean this up is through what we call a server task. So first we want to go into the task section and scroll down to the server tasks. So the first one is delete not connecting computers. I like to set this up in the environment just to clean up everything that hasn't connected. And sometimes you have computers turned off, or maybe they're setting in closets, those types of things. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and do a new server task. And we're going to come into the first in the basic. You tell it, okay, I want to run task immediately if you want to run it now, or you can configure a trigger to run that trigger, once a month to clean up anything that may be decommissioned, right? So within the settings, you can choose the number of days since it's checked in and what you want to do. So I'm going to select my all group because I wanted to go through them all. Down here, I say if they haven't checked in 60, 90, 120, whatever you want to give it, you can. And you can tell it to go ahead and deactivate the license. So that's going to free up the seats when it removes it from the console itself. Okay. So that's once that does that, if it did remove a device that maybe it's turned off, maybe it's still somewhere, once it gets turned on, it's going to check back into the console and recreate itself, and it's going to auto activate itself. So you don't have to worry if it catches a straggler. But what this does is in your environment, it cleans up all these different alerts that you're seeing. So your functional problems will go down when you look at your ESET applications. If you have, a number of them out of date, and you're like, why is that happening? It's going to clean up all these numbers to give you a better picture. One other server task that I wanted to show you is the rename task. When you rename computers, it doesn't automatically rename them in the console. If you're on-prem and you're doing a static group synchronization, or if you're in the cloud and you have your AD syncing your OU computers in, and then you're putting ESET on them, but the computer's setting in lost and found, a way to do that is run a rename computers task, okay? Because once you rename it, then it's going to match the object in your OU, and it's going to move that particular computer out of lost and found into that group. Or if you're just renaming computers and you want them to be correct, then you can go ahead and just do a new server task for rename computers, and you can run the task immediately after, or you can configure the trigger immediately after you finish with the task. Okay, if we go into settings, I can select my group. I can select all in my group, and then go ahead and say, I want to rename to the FQDN, or I want to rename just to the computer name. You have both choices. So I hope this helped. These are just a few server tasks that when I'm doing health checks, most people don't really know about or what they do, but it helps to clean up your environment so you can get a better picture of the overall health. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.